Let's do it.
Go. All right, welcome to the stream. Views from the top rope, our year in spectacular. We'll be kicking off here in a few minutes. Yeah, you're just joining us and you're in the comments. I appreciate it. Make sure you leave a like. While you're there, subscribe to the channel too, maybe. I don't know.
Smash it.
We'll get started here in a couple minutes, though.
Smash the thumbs up.
Subscribe, or I will come to your house because I have everybody's address.
Yeah. Yeah, he actually does. Yeah. Or
I'll hand out Rikishi finishers too. So
you guys not want that.
Put the big stink face on them. The H-Town stink face.
So we didn't break this up this last week. So I decided to write it down anyway. For wrestler of the year, do we want to do a men's and a women's?
Ooh.
You
know what? If you got one pick for both, absolutely. Let's do it.
I mean, I'll admit I've got a top 3 for both. So
same thing. Hell, I even broke it down. I've got top 3 in WWE, NXT, AEW, and Japan. I mean, I'm bored.
I'm not gonna lie. I have fallen off on New Japan in 2021, and I feel absolutely horrible for it.
Damn. Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? What we can talk about whatever the hell you guys want to talk about.
But Dave, I feel like from what I do know that's still going in New Japan, I feel like our top 2 are going to be the exact same.
I don't think there's that many options, to be honest. I mean, there's there's a good 4 that you could slide in on personal opinion, but if there's anybody out of that, I don't know what New Japan you were watching.
And then both of those guys are one of the top 3 matches of the year on
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we're there, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Impact, on the other hand, I'm still working on it.
Yeah, I was sad to see Ring of Honor go. That was a nice way. The show was a nice way to go out.
Yeah.
Because if you're a fan of the non-WWE, and I'm a WWE guy, okay? Don't get me wrong. But you know what I'm talking about, the smaller guys, the more indie look. I won't say indie because you got top caliber guys. I mean, if you like Daniel Bryan or Punk or, a lot of these guys went through Ring of Honor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My favorite, Black Machismo.
Omega
was,
he was there for years.
I mean, so, they did what they could while they could, and they didn't sell out.
No.
What's up, Incognito? What's up, Andrew? Jabronis. He's bringing a Jabronis in on us. All right, I like that.
Layeth the smacketh down.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, hey, as we roll through the show too, those in the comments, man, let us know who your wrestler of the year is. How bad do you think Ben fucked up on picking winter is coming? Your match of the year. And you can give your predictions on day one. So, but we'd love to hear you guys' thoughts.
Dude, based on how bad I did at Winter is Coming, I am seriously dreading my picks for day one.
Actually, Ben, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised when we get to it.
I know. Yeah. It's nice because we tied technically for one match.
Yep.
But then the other ones, it's just like, oh Lord.
Mm-hmm. Conan was a badass. Yeah, he was. Ben, bring some. Yeah. Ben's not here to talk cats. He's here to talk wrestling.
Yeah.
All right. It's 5 after. We got a few people rolling in, so we'll go ahead and get started. Everybody, welcome to the Vault. We're viewing this thing from the top rope. It's our weekly wrestling show. And I'd like to welcome a new panelist to the crew. I mean, his reputation precedes him, but everybody, this is Big Dave, aka Dave from Houston. He's a longtime hat collector, known him for years. Probably one of the biggest WWE fans I know. And yeah, thank you, Dave, for joining us, man.
Glad to be here. Keeping great company, man.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. So this week's show, we're going to change it up a little bit. You know, generally we'll go through the worst thing in wrestling and the best thing in wrestling every week. We'll continue to do that in our upcoming shows. But since this is this is going to be our last show of the year because those holidays fall on Saturdays, and I don't think anybody wants to hang out with us on Christmas or New Year's. We're going to do our year-end spectacular this week. And really, we're going to go over the results of winners coming. We're going to pick and talk about our favorite matches of the year. We're going to talk about our favorite wrestlers of the year or who had the best year in wrestling. And because there's a pay-per-view coming up, WWE Day One, it's happening on New Year's Day. I got a little fun pick 'em for us. So we're gonna go through and give our picks for Day One. Should be fun, and then we'll go over the results of that for the next show. But first off, let's just go ahead and dive right into it. Winter is coming. A little special Dynamite show AEW had on Wednesday. Yeah,
the glacier vibes.
The glacier vibes. Probably not the best AEW show of the week, but still pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, no, it was. Sorry. I got confused which match was which. Anyway, it was the best show.
I was like,
No. I got confused on which match was on which show. So,
I'm looking at my match rundown, and
yeah. I watched a lot of wrestling this afternoon, so it kind of blended together a little bit. But me and Ben last week went through our picks, and I gave us a ranking system. Basically, you get 1 point for picking a non-championship match correctly, and you get 3 points for picking the ring or the championship match correctly. So, with that being said, let's start off with the non-championship matches. We have I don't want to mess up these names, so I'm gonna pull it up quickly.
Oh, is it the Matt Sydal Wardlow match?
Oh, we can start with that one. Yeah,
might as well.
Yeah, I mean,
curtain jerker. You know.
Yeah, I mean that match. You know, that 30-second match that we saw.
Right. Well, 1 minute and 26 seconds of it.
Right, and I'm trying to remember. I got it written down here. Somehow Ben thought that Sydal was going to take out Wardlow.
Let me explain that one. So for a while there's been a developing rift between MJF and Wardlow. And I felt like, well, at first, when we talked about it, I thought it was going to be a tag match with Wardell and and so I screwed up on that one. So I thought Sydal was going to win over Wardlow over some weird technicality. Maybe Sean Spears was going to get him disqualified or something like that.
Yeah.
And so it's like for MJF to need a reason for him and Wardlow to break up, like that would be the match because, and clearly I was incorrect.
Yeah. So Spears did use a chair.
Yep.
But he at least waited till the bell was rung.
Yes.
After Wardlow rang Sydal's bell about 18 different times on some power bombs. So there's not much else to discuss with that match. It was just an ass kick. Yeah.
I feel that the split between Wardlow and MJF has been in the cards for so long.
Yeah,
dude.
I think they're gonna lose something when it finally happens. Although the moment he hits MJF is so hated right now.
Yeah,
the moment he hits him,
dude,
he's made. You know what I'm saying?
I absolutely love MJF right now, man. I think he's at the absolute top of his game.
Yeah,
dude.
him and another guy I'll mention later are basically the top heels out there now. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway,
Go ahead.
Yeah, we got a little peek of that after the match when Shawn Spears took the phone call from MJF and told Wardlow to go get some champagne on ice for it.
Yeah.
And you saw the look on Wardlow's face, like he's not going to take this shit much longer.
Yeah, it's building. It's building.
Yeah, he's too big of a freak of nature to be, a bouncer or a sidekick.
A sidekick to him.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, Wardlow's only loss is still to Cody in that cage match, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, you're right, Dave. I think the split's coming. I'm just not sure when. Maybe the next pay-per-view. Who knows?
Yeah, it's gonna have to be something bigger than a Dynamite.
A Dynamite. It has to be a big.
But
card.
so that's a giant +1 for me. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might have psyched him out and he thought it was a tag match or something. But then we had Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb in a singles match. Some
the professor of pro wrestling. Now, come on, give the most underrated wrestler on the roster some respect. Deebs is the shit.
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't the shit Wednesday night because
that is also accurate.
Shida, I picked Shida. Defeated Deeb. Now I will admit, that was just a shot in the dark by me, but that's a +1 for me. And Ben decided he gave a very in-depth explanation for why he was going to pick Deeb and lose.
Yeah.
But any thoughts on this match?
Oh, for me?
Yeah, anyone.
I mean, aside from the crippling depression that followed as soon as the 3 count was hit. No, I'll go back to what I said last week in regard to, Deeb coming off of the NWA from last year. I felt like had a lot of heat. And I feel like as far as a technical standpoint for wrestlers in the women's division, she's one of the best. And, the rivalry between her and Shida, I thought was really good. I'm glad they made it a 3-match thing. I just felt like after Shida lost the title, there's a little bit of that luster that was kind of lost from her. They're trying to do a bigger push with Serena Deeb again. And so that's where I felt mentally why Deeb was going to win. And I know the other thing I threw in there was just like, this goes back to a CM Punk comment, a couple of weeks ago where he just made the mention of like, oh yeah, Serena Deeb, she's got nice hair, which goes back to the Straight Edge Society days from WWE in the mid 2000s. And that's like, let's get something going together with them again. But yeah, clearly I'm jumping 5 pages too far ahead. And
yeah, I think so.
It's grossly incorrect on this match.
This is a little bit of payback for a match they had.
Yes.
This was the 3rd match. And their chemistry is so great together. I think with the first 2 matches, it set the bar really high, and this one was just, it didn't have that, like you said, that luster. Once the title's not in the picture, but it's a nice way to send them off in opposite directions. Like you said, maybe we get something with Punk.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I was happy with it.
All right. Then the next match we had, actually, pretty good. We had MJF and Dante Martin battling for the Dynamite Diamond Ring. Dante Martin got host. Or actually, my pick got host. Yeah. Lost Big Kyle here. Hopefully he'll come back on. It was a great match.
Great match.
Martin actually controlled most of that match. But
Martin's a star, man.
He is. He's a rising star.
He is a star.
20 years old.
He's the future star. MJF is the man right now. Let me tell y'all something. Heels don't lose on television. Okay? They're going to piss all those people off and make them pay to see it. But, heels do what heels do. As the ending of the match showed, Heels do what heels do, and I was happy with it. Normally a run in, but this was done well.
Yeah, no run-ins. I mean, Martin got to showcase his high flying skills quite a bit. MJF showed his heelness by avoiding the action whenever he could, or whenever he was at a disadvantage, rolling out of the ring 6 times in a row.
Oh yeah.
That's some flair. That's some flair stuff, man.
Yep. But yeah, no, and the pre-match speech by MJF was pretty good, calling out CM Punk and just basically calling him.
What about the name drop? You caught the name drop, right? Beat me more.
The Ryback.
Yeah.
I love that.
I
loved it.
Yeah. Spanish Manolo didn't pay his internet bill, so hopefully he gets that taken care of in the next few minutes. He can rejoin us. I'm kidding. His internet just cut out for a second, so he'll be back.
Also, you got to keep the heel with that ring. I mean, that's a great heel tool.
And I even said that last week. Like, he's won it 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to take it away, but
he uses it constantly.
But I had a feeling they were going to mix and match the Wardlow and the MJF results. I should have went the other way, but I went this way instead.
So that's why I'm glad I let you pick that one first.
Right. So Ben's taking the lead here with the 3 points there. I got
for the
0
diamond ring match. That's right.
For the diamond ring match. I should have just done 2 for diamond rings and 3 for belts, but
done it by your own scoring system.
Yeah, done it by my own scoring system. But yeah, it was a great match, and Martin's going to be a star. I hope they push him for the next pay-per-view.
I hope so too.
And MJF is probably the top heel in the game right now. At least Mike work and just being an ass.
Yep.
For sure.
He lives it too. His Twitter is fucking hilarious.
And the fact that his parents are on board with it too.
The privilege is there, bro. Just love it. That's a Ted DiBiase basketball kicking mother.
Oh my God, yes.
Ted DiBiase. Yep, that's a lot what he reminds me of. That's a good call.
Yes.
All right, and then probably the best match I've seen in a long time.
Yep.
Minus the result. We had Adam Hangman Page defending his belt against Bryan Danielson.
First defense.
First official defense. Just a hell of a match, man. Just a hell of a match. Back and forth, injuries.
For a slow start, the pace was it went 60 before you knew it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. Yep.
Now, granted that clock may have been accelerated a little bit for TV purposes.
It was not. It was not.
It wasn't.
No, I was watching it, fast forwarding through commercials and injury timeouts and stuff, and right at like 62 minutes.
Okay. All right.
The bell rang.
My WWE boys like to do that. So we have a 38, 60-minute match.
Yeah. What a great match. What a shitty way to end. Like, I know they want to. They're building.
The rematch is going to be epic, man.
Yeah, the rematch will be coming up in mid-January at their next pay-per-view. I guarantee it. Or they may have a match or two in between now and then. But I get they're building it up. They're not going to change belts on a Dynamite. I get it. But come on, when's the last time you actually seen the time limit enforced in a wrestling match?
Well, what I liked about it is that they didn't just fill it in with all their stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right. No, it was constant
Psychology.
action.
It was worked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't rushed. You know, and they got enough stuff in to where both these guys are so good that the next match can be totally different. You know, and not see the same.
Yeah.
You know, repetition. You know.
Oh yeah, that buckshot lariat right before the bell, that was good, Kevin. And we don't generally discuss AAA wrestling, doesn't mean we're never going to.
True.
It's just it's hard for us to watch it. I mean, Dave being down in Texas might have a little access to it.
Yeah, boy! Shout out to the chairman La Parca. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I don't have an option to watch it up here. So, but I would love to, man. That stuff is kick ass. But anyway. Going back to Page and Danielson, they showed all of their skills. Both of them did. Yep. And I don't care what anybody says. Yes, wrestling's scripted, wrestling's fake, whatever. You try going out there and doing an hour-long workout without fucking up. And
not just
guys,
fucking, we're not talking beat themselves up here.
Right. Yeah. Yes. It was absolutely cool.
How good is Bryan Danielson, man? I mean, he could have him
better now than we talked Jason and I talked about this in the past. When he was the Planet's champion, that was actually one of my last favorite runs of Daniel Bryan of WWE. And so to get that level of intensity, as far as heel work, you know, coming in, and it's only been since May, and the fact that he's put together amazing matches with a wide variety of talent, even like the lesser card guys that are on the Dark Order, every single one of those
makes
matches
them look fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
and then going,
it's
and then,
very Shawn Michaels.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. I just wanted to throw that in there. He's doing what Shawn Michaels was doing back in the day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Taking the lesser talent, making them look good, and then tearing the fucking house down with the top guys.
Yes.
Yep.
And then I was going to say, the thing I was going to add in there is going back to the time draw at the end. I mean, the previous time this happened was, once again, Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega for the AEW championship. And so for him to push the limits of who the champion is, because let's face it, Bryan Danielson is probably more well-conditioned than anybody else on the roster. So have these other guys, and Kenny Omega's done plenty of hour-long plus matches between New Japan and Ring of Honor. So he could definitely go the distance. But to see Adam Page do it and keep pace, keep it interesting, tell a great story at the same time, hit the spots, it's just like,
and not look gassed.
God damn, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Loved it. Can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, I mean, like you guys are saying though, after an hour-long match, to not miss spots and to not seriously hurt yourself or another competitor, is pretty damn impressive.
That ring apron bump, you know, that was gnarly.
Man,
we'd all be dead if it was us.
Yeah, I wouldn't be on this show right now. That's for sure. I'd be laid up with the big old Andy Kaufman neck brace.
Absolutely fantastic match. Pretty good show all around.
Yeah.
It made it not so great though that Ben won the winners coming predictions by a margin of 3-2.
Your scoring. It was your scoring, man.
It was my scoring. It was my damn scoring. I should have
just didn't I lose points because I got the other ones wrong?
Yeah, but
because I feel like I think we actually tied because of that.
Did I say we were going to lose points? Did I say we were going to lose? How many
points did you lose for the championship for the ring match? It was just 1 point, right?
No, it was -3.
Oh snap! So you're right.
Either way, so even if I take away points, you're still at +1 and I'm at -1. so you actually beat me by more points if we take away points, but
man.
Yeah.
On the ring of MJF.
Yeah. On the ring of dude, and I love heels too. I should have taken
shout out to MJF for the win.
I just thought with Dante Martin breaking up with Team Taz that week, it was
I
going
know.
to give him a little push, but
Yeah.
whatever. But
Maybe if Leo Rush was still present, even though I think he was out because of a kid or something like that, or is he?
he's still around.
No. I just mean,
yeah.
for some reason, I thought his lady had a kid.
Personal,
could be.
Yeah. Or something like that. Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, it's a great show, but let's move on. I know Ben and Dave both have an extensive list of notes here on their favorite matches from this past year.
Ooh.
I know you said you had 3, Ben.
I have 3.
Dave, you have 3.
I have like 12. Like I
Okay.
have. Well, hold on. I have like 3 in different promotions. Okay, so I wanted to kind of. I've watched a lot of wrestling here lately, so I had to.
COVID lockdown will help with that. But all right, so while Ben's doing his first one, why don't you pick out your 3 favorites from any other promotion?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay, so Ben starts off, and I'll fill in when I can. I got one. I only have one match.
I'm gonna go backwards because yours and my number 1 is probably gonna be the same match. So I'd rather you take that one.
Yeah. Okay.
So my number 3, it's actually a tie between the Bryan Danielson Adam Page match, but then the Thunder Rosa Britt Baker match on St. Patrick's Day that really proved, okay, Britt Baker's a fucking badass, as much as I hate to say it. She's a great champion. She's a great heel, and fucking love it. Fucking absolutely loved it. And it's not so much like the draw blood aspect of things, but it's something we haven't seen in women's wrestling for like an extended period of time. And so for Britt to take it up that next level, it's like, let's fucking do this. And for somebody as talented as Thunder Rosa to have that dance together, I can't think of any for women's match, especially. Like it was electric. So that's my number 3.
Nice.
I'll go through.
Dave. No. We'll go Dave. Dave's number 3.
I want to give an honorable mention out just because I fucking love Ibushi, and Naito and Ibushi had one of the best matches this past year at Wrestle Kingdom. Yep. And that one just goes on the list because I know not a lot of people are in the New Japan, and Ibushi's a fucking legend. But anyway, my 3rd would have to go to, and this is gonna make a lot of people mad because I'm sure this is probably y'all's on top, is Omega Danielson in NYC. The Daniel Bryan, again, I call him Daniel Bryan, WWE guy, whatever. Bryan Danielson, Mrs. Bree, Mr. Bree, whatever you want to call him. Him and Omega tore the fucking house down. And considering how hurt Omega was after we find out later the fact, like that, it was a fantastic performance. Definitely top 3 matches of the year.
That was my number 5.
Oh, okay.
Number 5.
Yeah, and I feel like a jackass for that because it's just like it was hard. It was hard for me to put it that low. My number 2 though, NXT St. Valentine's Day Massacre, Finn Balor versus Pete Dunne to get British style and the New Japan aggressive style together. And especially in a format where like that was like, to me, the marking of the end of what we kind of knew as NXT. The Gargano match that happened the same night was also splendid, but I still feel like the Finn Balor Pete Dunne match just tore the fucking house down.
That was the pinnacle of NXT. Like,
yeah,
I mean, it really started to drop after that. And they were putting on some damn fantastic matches through all the way up through there. Ciampa and Gargano and Balor and the tag teams. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good wrestling. I don't know what the hell they're
It's
thinking of
Vince, man.
changing it.
It's the old man. Something
Yeah.
happened. Trips pissed him off, and he took him out the wheel, took away his toys. But I like that match because Dunn lost that match, but didn't lose anything else. He's still tough as nails. When he pulled the fucking mouthpiece out and kicked the shit out of it, showed that Finn was the man. Finn was the man in NXT for so long. It's fitting that probably the last great match they had was him raising his hand at the end. I mean, perfect fitting ending.
All right.
That was my top 4.
That was your top 4. All right.
I had a feeling I was going to be on there for you.
Yeah.
All right. Where's your second favorite match of the year?
And again, dude, I watch a lot of wrestling. There's 2 of these. One, I'm gonna throw it in there from Wrestle Kingdom. Okada Ospreay. You know, Ospreay is a fucking maniac. Sometimes he does too much stuff, but Okada is probably the greatest professional wrestler in the game in the last 20 years. I mean, if you don't watch a lot of New Japan, you're not gonna get it. Okay, and that's fine. You know, you can hate me for it later, but go watch that match and just watch the timing, and you can almost see Okada telling the kids, slow down. This is how we're going to do it. And it made Ospreay look so much more effective and made the win even that much more grandiose, you know?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But then Sasha and Bianca at WrestleMania, I'm a WWE guy, and those ladies tore the fucking house down when nobody expected them to in the lacklusterest WrestleMania in a long time. Those girls blew it up.
Yeah. Bianca, she is an athlete. I can't wait till she actually gets her due, get rid of this Charlotte Flair, whatever legacy stuff. She's going to be a great champion when she finally gets her chance. And going back to what you were saying about Ospreay, I was doing a little research, trying to jog my memory on some great matches. And so I went to Pro Fight DB, and they have like top rated matches of the year, like viewership and everything like that. And I was looking through that list. It's a lot of NJPW.
Oh yeah.
Ospreay is on like 5 of the top 10 matches from the year.
Not surprised.
Yeah, that Okada Ospreay match was on there. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. I mean,
I was gonna say if there is a point to like start watching New Japan for an entire year, just start with Wrestle Kingdom, because a lot of storylines will reset. And going into 2022, and that's my plan. It's just like I'm at the point where it's like, okay, there's a lot I need to get caught up on, but it's like if I get to Wrestle Kingdom, boom, fresh start, stick with it through the entire year, and everything.
And they do that on January 4th every year, right?
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, go watch Ibushi, Jay White, Naito Ibushi. Just so many. I can go on all day.
I want to take a small break and shout out Star Westside. Thank you for the donation.
Hey,
absolutely appreciate it, man.
Star Westside is a fucking prince.
Oh, he's a big supporter of the channel, so I want to make sure I shout him out. All right. So, match of the year. I have a feeling, Ben, me and you are picking the same one. So
yeah,
let's go to Dave.
Yep.
I want to see if we have the same one as he does. But Dave, go ahead. Give us
new kid on the block, huh? Okay.
Well, I'm gonna say me and Ben are gonna say the same match only because we were in person in attendance for the match.
I don't know, but as far as brutality and physical exertion, Walter Dragunov.
Ooh.
Okay.
You know, NXT, that was those guys. For big guys, Walter is a fucking stud amongst fucking ponies, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's still doing down on NXT.
Because they would fuck him up in the big roster.
I get that, but have you looked at SmackDown's roster lately?
Oh, believe
it's
me,
absolutely garbage.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What do they do with them? They're just going to have them floundering away,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
who's going to fight Lashley?
They don't have a big guy on that show besides Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Now we got Brock Lesnar, but
now we got Brock Lesnar, right? Yeah.
Part-time, but yeah,
but
I don't know what.
Yeah, you put Walter and Brock Lesnar. Brock's not going to lose that. Brock's not going over.
I get it, but that SmackDown roster is terrible right now.
The WWE is. We're waiting on Vince to die. Let's just be honest.
Yeah,
we are. Or retire. Hopefully retire.
And hope that he leaves it not to fucking what's his name?
What, John Laurinaitis?
Well, I'd rather that than Nick. The new GM there. The guy.
Oh God, what the hell is his name?
It's Vince. His right hand man is Kevin Dunn, and then I keep wanting to say Khan. Yeah, what's his name?
Obviously not Tony Khan, but
no, not Tony Khan. See, look, I didn't have that on my notes.
Yeah, it's just one of those things I haven't thought about.
Nick Khan, he's the new president. Nick
Khan.
Yeah. The NBC dude.
Yeah.
Because all they do is trimming the fat to sell it to the Peacock, to sell it, and all they want is the catalog.
Yeah.
Sure. Are they still publicly traded?
Yeah.
That's going to be a mess. That's going to be a mess then.
I sold everything except one share just for a frame.
Sure.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, that's going to be a mess to have to untangle that, or they'll have to do some stock swapping or something like that. But you're right. They're getting, I mean, they've released almost 200 wrestlers.
When you have Rick Steiner's son, who obviously looks like a Steiner, who talks like a Steiner, who moves like a Steiner, and you name him Braun Breaker.
Yep. That was a huge miss.
He has dementia.
Yeah.
The egg. Y'all saw the egg thing, right?
The egg thing.
He cuffed Rocky so hard on that.
Oh my God!
You got a new movie? Oh, pow! Because what he's won. He's doing anything The Rock wants now. Because that's the only savior. That's the Gandalf coming over the mountain for WWE would be Rocky at Mania.
If there's one
Rocky's
thing that I hope we talk about every show, because we have, it's that goddamn Cleopatra egg.
Fuck that egg, dude. That movie is terrible.
I hated the movie, and I hated it even more when the fucking egg showed up on Raw.
Yeah, the very next Raw.
And then the way they did it, the stealing and the selfie, and
now Austin Theory is McMahon's little bitch. Like, I don't get this thing. Like, this storyline is absolutely terrible.
Yeah. A lot of them are. I mean,
all right.
Actually, the one thing I wanted to interject to go back what Dave was saying previously with Walter. My biggest concern, if they do call him up, and especially if Vince is still kicking, is them doing him wrong like they did Killian Cross when they moved his ass up.
That was so bad.
So bad.
And then Vince loves Vince old school. He likes the foreign heel, Yokozuna, Mr. Fuji. Yep. He would turn him into a Nazi, as Nazi as he could get it on TV.
Oh God, yeah.
He would do that in a minute and just ruin it. He would take him so over the top, like Ivan Drago, from the Third Reich, that it would just make people absolutely. It would make Walter hate
it. He would absolutely go Ivan Drago on. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you know it. It would
be
full on. We'd have to find a new Hacksaw Duggan. Hey, shout out to Duggan. I hear he's cancer free, man.
Hey.
Awesome. All right. Okay, that's enough. That's enough for our weekly WWE rant. But all right.
So Walter Dragunov, that was my match of the year. And there's so many other honorable mentions. I mean, the only good match at Crown Jewel was Rollins and Edge. That was a great match, and just
yes, it was.
But I give it to those big boys. I'm a big guy, so when the heavyweights can fucking move around and put on a show like that,
that's why I'm just dying for the minute Strowman signs with or Adam Scherr signs with AEW.
They showed up.
What?
He showed up at
Ring of Honor, baby.
Ring of Honor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Final battle.
Yep.
Final.
There's a lot of people at Final Battle. But anyway, all right, Ben.
No, it's you. I was gonna say, Jason, what is the number one match of the year?
And this is probably, like I said earlier, just biased because I was actually there in person. But on September 5th in beautiful now arena in Hoffman Estates, Illinois, the then champion Young Bucks took on the Lucha Bros in a steel cage for the AEW Tag Team Championship. And I have to say, I've been to quite a few live wrestling events.
Yep.
And that was by far the best match I've ever seen in person. It was nonstop action from bell to bell. And just, can you imagine 4 guys in a steel cage, just everything going on. It was choreographed so well that they had to have been working on that thing for weeks.
Yeah.
Months even, I can imagine. Because there was constantly side battles and then the tandem back and forth. And there was just constant movement the entire time. It was poetry, absolute poetry. And the good guys came out on top. So a little cherry on top for that one. But yeah, when Phoenix jumped off the top of the cage, come on.
Yeah. And shout out to Matt Jackson for doing the thumbtack Travis Scott's.
What forgot about
$3,000 to $5,000 pair of shoes. Just like, nope, we're gonna turn this into a weapon and kick Pentagon right in his face with it. And and there was still like 10-15 minutes left in that match from that point. So Pentagon just bleeding everywhere
through his mask.
Probably can't see shit anyway.
Right.
Still hitting his spots. Holy fucking shit.
Yep. It was the best of wrestling. Like high flying, nonstop action, for a belt. I don't know. There's not much more to say. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
I had that match top 10. I mean, for the same reason.
Again, just seeing it in person probably put it way over top.
It was like remember the Tom and Jerry episode where he's drawing the better mousetrap and it's just this huge and everything had to work in order for the next thing to work, which made the next thing work, which set the 3 moves ahead up work. And that's fantastic. And for that reason why it dropped down a little bit. I don't like the too choreographed look.
Sure.
I want it to flow a little bit better. But like you said, when there's 4 guys moving around in a cage, so you can't go nowhere. Right. All the action is right here and not trip over each other.
There's no breaks. There's no breaks. You don't get any breaks.
So I give it to him. It was a great match. Go watch it if you haven't.
Yeah. And I when I say it was choreographed, I meant
painstakingly set up.
To a point where you couldn't even tell. Like, it's looked natural, but that there's a lot of synchronization.
It was
and
timing at its finest.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. So Lucha Bros, Young Bucks. Thank you.
Shout out to picking a tag match, man. That's good. Tag team wrestling needs a pick me up.
It really does. AEW has helped with that.
Somewhat. For every good match they've had, tag match, they've had 5 shitty ones now. Let's be.
Well, my problem
I hate to be the bearer. Don't let me. I'll be the color guy. I'll be Jesse Ventura here. Let's call a spade, big man.
Right. Like just this last week, the 10-man tag match. We don't need that shit.
Yeah.
No.
It just turns into a brawl.
When you get the 5-on-5 suplex, like fuck that, man. I get y'all Jim Cornette and go crazy on that shit, like shaking my fist at the world.
Yeah.
What happened to old wrestling?
Yeah.
No, any tag match that goes beyond a 3-on-3 and a borderline 4-on-4, I feel like you have too many bodies at work because it's going to be a lot of guys trying to hit spots within a specific time frame. And I go back to All In. And, you know, when the Bucks and everybody tried, you know, because it was what, a 5-on-5 or a 6-on-6, and they tried to cram it all in because they were over on time, and it becomes a jumbled mess. Like, there are some moments that are great, but at the same time, it's like, no, stick it with just a 2-on-2 or a 3-on-3, and that's it.
Because you know what it turns into? A WWE women's match. Watch the end.
It does.
It does. Because if you watch Tamina, she'll Samoa drop somebody, and then she gets super kicked by Carmella, who gets discus punched by Natty, who gets the Meteora by Sasha, who then Becky comes in and hits the rock bottom. Like, it's just like the constant finish, you know, and that I can't.
Finisher after finisher. It gets old.
Yeah. Because I mean, there was a point when it worked. Like, the old days of Survivor Series were fine. But as we've learned, you know, kind of progressing forward with like what Survivor Series has become, it's just like, nah, let's I'd in that case, it's like I'd rather focus more on King of the Ring. Like, there were moments when that should have been the fourth. But
All
right, man. Good call there.
Excellent.
Honestly, and Dave, I was going to say, the one New Japan match I was fully expecting you to have a little bit higher, and I'm pretty sure it's in your top 10, was Will Ospreay Shingo.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but see, again, Ospreay gets up there with the over choreographed shit. That's why I like the Okada match so much, because I'm telling you, there's a spot in it where you could see him like slow down, kid. Yeah. And from that moment on, it almost seems like Ospreay's a step slower, but it's just fitting so much more with Okada. Don't rush for nothing.
No.
You know what I'm saying? The Rainmaker's going to just let it drizzle on you. And then then next thing you know, you're on the mat, you're staring up at the lights of the Tokyo Dome, and you done lost it. But shout out to the new IWGP champ there, man. I got the old belt over there. Man. Shout out to Tanahashi. He's the greatest champ ever, man.
All right.
Go Ace.
So now we got those two things out of the way. Let's move on to Wrestler of the Year. Now, this could be who you think had the best year, who was your favorite wrestler this year. I don't really care what the criteria is. So I know, Ben, you said you had both a male and a female.
Yeah.
Why don't you do the same, Big Dave? And I'll do the same.
Nice.
I believe me and Ben are going to have the same female wrestler.
Yes, we are. You already mentioned
drop it right now. I know who Ben's going to be. I'm going to guess.
Bring it up.
Britt Baker.
No, she was my number 2.
Okay. All right. Go for it.
I was gonna say I went with the entertainment. I went with Bianca Belair because started off the year Women's Royal Rumble champion, and then going to WrestleMania, her and Sasha tearing the house down, as Dave talked about earlier, to win the SmackDown title. Holy shit. Like, anything beyond the rest of the year, it doesn't matter. Like, to that point, Bianca had the Women's Wrestler of the Year locked up completely. And then I would even say, like, the last few Raws where she's fought Doudrop, it's like, no, it's not that bad for a body size difference. Like, she's able to hang.
She picked her up. It was Cena-esque.
Yeah. Like,
absolutely.
well fucking done, Bianca.
Bianca is so good that WWE can't fuck her up yet.
Yep.
Okay. And I don't mean to be explicit. Yeah, I'm the foul mouth heel, but they can't screw it up, man. No matter how much they tried, she's so over that even the screwy thing when Sasha's was out, couldn't get there, and then the Becky came in and took over for Carmella and all that messy ass shit, she still came out on top.
Yep.
So yeah, love me some Bianca Belair. And then that whole ass slapping thing, bro. I mean, come on, man. Sorry. You know, shout out to Montez, because that's Mrs. Montez there, you know.
Oh yeah.
That was your pick, Dave? For a female wrestler?
Yeah. Bianca and DDS second. That's pretty much the top of the game there. I'm over Charlotte. She needs to figure out what she's gonna do. I don't say the AEW move is imminent now, since her and Andrade or Splitsville. So
They are.
You know. Oh yeah, he's removed her totally from his social media. All photos. Yeah, something happened.
Yep. I'm gonna make it a clean sweep.
Nice.
Bianca, she's such an amazing
the
athlete.
EST, man.
Yeah. I have a feeling though that WWE is going to mess it up because they can't get over Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
And if Ronda Rousey ever decides to step back in the ring, she's out, going to get a push again.
Gross.
I'm loving big time Bex though, man, with the hair and the glasses, and she's cut. Oh my god!
She looks great.
Go have a kid and come back ripped.
Yeah.
You know.
I love Becky Lynch.
But like
I do.
They're gonna oversaturate it. I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Sasha again in the mix, and I love Sasha. I do.
And Carmella and
Carmella. Yeah. I don't know. She's not as fine no more now that she's with Corey Graves. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Corey Graves is kind of like got that Billy Bob Thornton vibe. So once Angelina Jolie was with him, you're like, there's something
kind of creepy.
I don't want to. You know, maybe the mask is to cover up the lip sore. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
All right, and I'll go ahead and start the male wrestler of the year because mine's kind of a cop out. Because it's hard for me to pick, so I'm just gonna go Roman Reigns. He's held on to the belt the entire year. I know Vince McMahon has a absolute man crush for him, whatever it is. He wants him to be. He wants him to be the longest reigning WWE champion of all time. Fine, whatever. It's still impressive. Now, like I said before, the SmackDown roster is kind of shitty right now, so there's not a lot of competition for him. But to hold on to a WWE belt, the heavyweight belt, for over a year, the entire year, that's why he's my wrestler of the year.
It's a good pick. I'll pick the ball up from there. Roman Reigns, my number one as well, for the exact same reason as you stated. And even though the head of the table character was developed at the mid to tail end of 2020, the fact that the WWE universe has fully supported it since day one, has continued to support it. It continues to be captivating television, is why he's the number one. And then my number two, number three, Kenny Omega and Bobby Lashley.
Okay.
Lashley had a great year. Lashley came out from behind. The injury to MVP made him kind of have to talk on that mic. Made him have to brush up them promo skills. Roman is the best heel in the game. I preluded to this when I was talking about MJF. MJF is great, but Roman gets it. After all the years that Roman put up with all the shit, he finally gets it.
Yep. And
he doesn't need Heyman anymore, aka why we see what happened. It just he gets it. He's my top wrestler of the year as well.
Nice.
It's the total package. Clean sweep here. Nice strike. Nice up, guys. But like
I thought I was mailing it in, just picking an easy one. But
when you look at it,
all right.
Nobody has had the year that he's had. He's been on top
body
of
of work.
His storyline has stood up. You believe it. You believe that with him and the Usos, he ain't gonna lose. It's the stable. It's the Four Horsemen effect. Like, God damn it, they win again. You know what I'm saying? And then and with Heyman being the swarmy, what they call him, the tribal doctor or whatever they call him, it just, he gets it. Roman finally gets it. He's out from the Shield. He don't have to take a backseat to Rollins or Dean anymore. It's his show, and we all know what we're setting up for, and that's what Vince is really. Vince is going to have a heart attack when it happens. So let's hope that it does happen, soon.
I'm not going to wish Vince ill will. I just wish somebody would come in and say he's incapable of running the company.
That's probably not even
anymore,
Vince.
right?
He probably died like 10 years ago, and that's his third clone.
Right. And Andrew, I cannot agree that Mox was the best member of the Shield. I do like Mox, but I gotta go with Iowa's own Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
I have to humbly agree with that one as well. As much as I like Mox, it was definitely Rollins running that show.
Yeah.
And actually, I think that's the more interesting thing about Rollins over the last 2 years is how much he's kind of taken a backseat as far as like a lead character. I mean, and he's gone through a lot of transitions between last year with Monday Night Rollins, Monday Night Messiah, and to what he's become kind of now, and it's just like, damn,
Greg Seeger?
He's one of those weird guys that like, when he's with a group, he's a great heel.
Yeah,
but on his own, he's not. He's much a better face on his own. So I don't.
It's because he's a Bears fan. let's be real.
I don't know. Yeah, I want him to drop this whole crybaby, pink fluff wearing. Just go back to.
It looks like he should be doing sideline reporting for the NBA.
WNBA or something.
I don't know. Those suits, you know.
Yeah.
I worry about him. He's starting to get Miz-esque on me.
Yes, exactly.
You know,
and Miz is so great at that role.
Yeah.
Let the Miz have it.
Yeah.
Go back to
and tell Cody to stop trying to be the Miz. Because when that's what you're setting up to be and you're failing, that's bad.
Right. You're up here. The Miz is down here. Why? Yeah. Anyway. And
I love the Miz. God.
Shout out to World alum. The Miz. The man said he was going to be a wrestler, and he did it, and he married Maurice along the way. How can you hate the guy?
Exactly.
You can't. And he's not that bad.
And he lived in Austin, Texas for a while. So, shout out.
All right. So, hey, Roman Reigns, consensus wrestler of the year. Bianca Belair, consensus female wrestler of the year.
And you say you guys aren't WWE guys. Look at you.
I never said that. I am born and raised WWF. I did make the switch to WCW there during the Monday Night Wars, but I came back.
We didn't really switch because WCW was nice enough to put Nitro on again at 10. So you watch Raw, and then you know, if something really big happened, you know, I had another TV going in the other room, so I'd run to the other room and I'd run back.
No, for me, it was personally going to the very first Double or Nothing and being hooked from the start with that. It's just like, they really dug their claws into me on that one. So
AEW right now is more like WWE was during those Monday Night Wars, the kind of the Attitude Era.
They gotta quit signing everybody though. It's
correct.
They're gonna run into a roster. They're going to run into a roster issue at some point. I agree. The Cons, they have a lot of money. As far as I know, they don't have an unlimited pool of money.
Yeah, they just fired Urban Meyer, so anybody's head can roll. So
that was their own fault for
that was a justified firing right there.
That was 3 weeks too late.
Yeah, that was like
We're playing the Jags this week, so the Texans might actually get a win, man.
Woo! They're not. The line moved. The Jags were actually favored by 2.5. It's up to 5 now after they fired the coach.
I had a feeling that was going to happen, and it definitely happened.
I believe that.
Yeah. Anyway. Speaking of lines, we got something good planned here. Since we're going to be off until after the first of the year, the next major pay-per-view from any of the promotions is Day One. It's a new pay-per-view this year from WWE. They're doing on New Year's Day.
Smart.
Instead of just going through and just picking a winner, I thought we'd do something a little more fun. I have the latest lines here, courtesy of Bet Online. 4 matches. There's 5 matches. That lines have been set for on Day One. There's 6 confirmed matches as of right now, but we'll just go through the 5 that have lines. I'm going to give all 3 of us, and hopefully Kyle can make it, but it doesn't look like he's going to. I'm going to give us a bank of $1,000 each.
Nice.
All right. and I'm sure you guys are degenerates like me, so you know what money lines and everything are. If you don't, I can give a brief thing, but I'm gonna let you split up that $1,000 however you want. If you're not confident in a match, bet 0. If you're like 100% confident it's gonna go one way, bet all 1,000. But you get 1,000, you split it up any way you want between the 5 matches. We'll talk about them along the way. And then on our next show, whoever would have theoretically won the most money will declare the winner of the day one predictions.
Sweet.
Sound good?
It's a great idea.
All right. So the first match that I have a line for, let me pull up year one, day one here. Let's just talk briefly about the matches that don't have any lines. And that would be 2 that were just set yesterday. We got the Usos. Oh, wait, hold on. Nope, that does have a line. We got Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss in a singles match.
Who cares?
That's my thoughts exactly. The wrong guys.
We don't even get Corbin. We get the sidekick.
Yeah. Which is a terrible sidekick.
We get Tino Sabatelli's old tag partner from NXT.
Yeah.
Yes. Shout out to Corbin for making chicken salad out of chicken shit. But I mean, the guy took the homeless thing and all that. But I mean, at least give the guy the pre-match with Drew. Madcap Moss, really?
I know.
See, Vince is getting back into those double letter names, man.
Yeah.
Right. What are they doing with McIntyre? That's what
poor guy carried the load during COVID.
Yes.
Now
they just shit on him.
Throw out your dead, bring out your dead. Bring out your dead.
He's an actual freak of an athlete too.
Drew is all elite coming soon.
Yeah.
Really? You feel so?
I don't know. Drew's been fired by Vince before, so I don't think the loyalty is there. You know what I'm saying? Drew's been everywhere, and he went out, made himself a name, came back, carried the Rock, and got totally shit on. I don't think Vince is a Drew guy, even though Drew is big and all that. If you're a foreigner, you're supposed to be a heel.
Yeah.
And that's Vince's thing, man. I don't,
he's got to get over that. Over that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. And with Drew, it's so strange because going back to the pre-3MB days and how high Vince was riding on Drew to the point where even taking him to the center of the ring and announcing this is my guy. Yeah. This is my guy. We got big plans for you, blah, blah, blah. And then comes back better than ever after, a shitty run with that. And it's just because every independent promotion he was a part of tore the house down. NXT, his matches with Bobby Roode, holy shit.
Oh, yeah, Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode, has anybody seen him?
He's with Ziggler every now and then.
Dogs?
The Dirty Dogs.
Robert Roode was the champion of NXT, man, and he got that
Shout
call
out
up.
to Beer Money Inc., man. That was a fucking great tag team.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on these matches as we go. So let us know who you think's gonna win. McIntyre.
No line on RK, bro. Come on, bro.
So the match was just set yesterday.
I know.
It usually takes. Vegas.
I got a soft spot for Riddle, man. I saw Riddle wrestle down here at bars when he was first starting off, man. So
yeah, it usually takes Vegas a week to call into Stanford to figure out who's actually going to win, so they can set the line appropriately.
I'll admit, I've actually got the Dirty Dogs winning that match.
Yeah. That sounds something like they would do just to drop it on Monday night.
Yeah.
No rhyme or reason. There's no. They're setting up the RKO, the Randy versus Riddle. It's coming.
Yep.
I just got a feeling Riddle's going to be the heel. A Riddle heel turn,
which will be weird.
So? Yes.
But you've seen when he goes into his Randy thing, you've seen that mean streak. you know, and I think they don't have enough good heels. So, and I mean, we've seen Randy as a heel.
The concept of a stoner who's a heel is a bit strange because it's just such a, you know, fun-loving dude. And then, but yeah, I totally agree where you're coming from.
Cramping my style, Randy. Randall.
Anyway, so yeah, they do have the tag team championship match on this site, but
and see, I also read something where tentatively it was going to be RK Bro versus the Mysterios. So I don't know.
I'm so glad that's not happening.
No, they got to stop pushing Dominic. He's not. Not good.
Shout out to Dolph Ziggler for being a consummate professional. And I'm glad to see Robert Roode back in a championship match, even if it's a tag.
It's glorious.
Yeah.
But I missed that.
I missed that, dude. Yeah. Anyway.
God, I miss Dillinger and Roode tagging for Perfectly Glorious.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Old days.
Moving on.
This is your show, there, Jason. Sorry.
No. Yeah,
no. Sorry.
I'm just tired of talking about fucking guys that should be at the top of their game but aren't in the because the WWE doesn't know how to manage talent. Anyway, so
if Ben can put up the money, we can run our own promotion, man. You know, but we need some
working
West
on it.
Coast money there.
I got to sell more of my body on the streets.
Hey, man.
There you go. All right. Should be pretty easy in Oakland.
Baby oil.
So the one non-championship match we have a line on. We have the rated R superstar Edge against the Mr. of the Miz and Mrs. The Miz. So the Edge is a huge betting favorite here at -700.
The only two-time triple, what do they call it? The two-time Grand Slam winner.
Yeah. Oh, Grand Slam. Yeah. Yep. And then we have the Miz at a +400.
Jesus.
How you see this one going, Dave?
I'm not going to make any money on it because Miz isn't winning this. The road to WrestleMania for Edge starts here. So
sure.
Edge has had a great comeback. I was at the Rumble at Minute Maid Park when he came back, and it was electric. I popped. I totally jumped up out of my seat, you know. So his run, he got a little injured there. What he did with Rollins, I didn't like it, but he's back on the right track, I think. And the Miz is so good, he can lose this and it not mean nothing. He can move on.
Right,
so
right.
I'm not betting on this one.
You're not betting on this one. All right.
I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna bet on this one. I'm gonna go $50 on the Miz.
Okay.
The long shot of the night.
Yeah.
I mean,
and this goes to me being a big Miz guy. I think his last big moment was when he had the Money in the Bank when Drew McIntyre was the Raw champion, if I'm not mistaken, or was he the world champion?
He was the world champion.
And so we've had a bit of a drought with Miz outside of, you know, him teaming with John Morrison, who got cut a couple of weeks ago. So it's a matter of trying to figure out something to do with him again. So we've got Miz TV, and it, you know, kind of an odd pairing between the two of them. But then, you know, what happened this last week with Maurice, and a little bit of an odd fallout there, because in the past, like, Miz has always stepped behind Maurice because of that, you know, chicken shit.
Yeah.
The guy who I'm fighting is going to attack me. But this is the first time that I can recall where Maurice is just like, how dare you do this? And so I feel like Miz being in kind of a weird spot with that, it's like to regain, you know, the confidence that his wife, you know, usually has in him. It's like he's got to bring his A game. And so that's why I feel it's like, all right, $50 out of 1,000 is probably a good range to hit there.
All right. Yeah, I want to bet the Miz here, but there's no way he's going to win.
God damn.
So I just be throwing money away at this point. Or I mean, I could throw a little bit on the Edge. Edge. but it's not going to return it. You know what? Just for shits and giggles, I'll throw $50 on Edge.
Boom.
It's not going to return anything, but it's still going to make a little money, right? Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And we won't be collecting any juice off this either because it's fake money. So fake money. So moving on. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts too. For those of you still watching, we got Edge versus Miz. Yeah. All right. Let's go to the one women's match we have a line for. And that's for the WWE Raw Women's Championship.
Woo.
We got Becky Lynch coming in as a slight favorite. Not too big at -185 over Liv Morgan at a +145. Ben, why don't you get us started here?
So actually, I'm kind of surprised the line is as close as it is.
Yes, I agree.
Especially with the way things have gone between the two of them on Raw. You know, dirty finish for Becky 2 weeks ago, and Liv's first match as a real title contender,
Right.
which is still interesting. And I'm happy for her. I feel like if there's a woman within the WWE rosters who's really gone through, you know, some weird transitions of being like a fallback character outside of Nikki Cross, because Nikki Cross is still a better wrestler and mic person than maybe Liv Morgan, but
she's almost a superhero. I mean, she's busy. She's so close.
That
She's
character that character's terrible.
But I feel like, you know, something weird is going to happen on day one, and I feel like Liv Morgan is actually going to win this.
All right.
It's a weird pick for me. Like I don't feel totally confident about it, but I feel like if something strange is going to happen that night, that's going to be the one match where it's like, holy shit, oh my god, I can't believe they actually did that.
Okay, so how much you throwing down on that?
I'm going to throw 100 on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got 850 left in the last 3 matches.
Yeah.
Dave, how, you feeling any money on this one?
I'm putting 200 on big time Bex, man.
Okay.
This isn't a big enough stage for her to lose, much less on a first run pay-per-view, day one, the first thing out the gate. There's no way Becky's losing this. I love Liv. She was probably my favorite in the Riot Squad.
Yeah.
She's come a long way. I hate that she tears up every time they interview her. She goes, "This is the greatest thing."
Well, she got tears painted on her face.
Okay, so you don't have to cry no more. They're there. We know. So stop.
Yeah.
So enough is I'm sorry. $200 on big times Bex. I gotta get some money back that you stole from me on the Edge thing there. So
okay. I'm not putting any money on this just because
kind of a smart move.
I don't know who's going to win this. That's surprising. Yeah. I love Becky Lynch, but going back to that match you were talking about, she needed to cheat to win.
Yeah.
So I could, especially at a minor pay-per-view like this, I could see them flipping the belt to build up the story even more for Royal Rumble that's coming up.
See, and I, for the same reasons, I think they're going to build the chase. People like, why give it up so easy? Build that chase. Let her cheat again.
But for that reason, because I just don't know where it's going, I'm gonna stay away from this one. All right. The next one. Let's go the tag team championship. We got the champions, the Usos. Pretty good favorite, -250 over the New Day at +170. I'll go ahead and start this one. I don't like the New Day without Big E. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna put $300 on the Usos.
Wow.
Carrying this through. And I'll talk. I think they're setting up the bloodline to have maybe even a bigger year than what they had before. The New Day, I don't know where that's going to go after this. Like, it's kind of run its course, right? Especially without Big E.
Have Have they given up the King Woods thing already, or
no, they're still King Woods.
and the Hand of the King or whatever?
Yeah. So it's just a little weird to me. So I'm putting $300 on the Usos. I don't know why. I just am. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see the bloodline.
I
giving up
honestly
on this
think that, to be honest, a winner doesn't really matter because the match is probably going to be awesome. You know, all four of these guys can go.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to go on and drop 100 on the Usos, because I think I'm sorry, 100 on the Usos to lose. I think New Day's taking it because the Usos losing the belts is the first crack in the bloodline, and I think everything's starting to unravel. They don't trust Heyman, and now they lose, and Roman starts to get insecure. Brock's here, so let's go 100 on the New Day, to go on and do it without the big entitled one, the Big E.
Okay.
I'm exactly where Dave's at, but I'm going to go 200 on the New Day.
Okay.
And this is always a tough one because how many pay-per-views in either top four or lesser than pay-per-view have we had the New Day versus the Usos, and one of them obviously has the belt, and it's just like it is such a coin flip. But as Dave explained, it's just like this one's more built around story, and not to say that any of the other ones in the past, but I feel like this is a more important crux of the bloodline story that's going on. And so I have to go with the New Day on this.
Damn it! I shouldn't have gone so big on that. Now you guys got me convinced now.
I'm just saving my money for my big one here.
All right. Okay. Damn it! I'm second guessing myself now, but good thing this is just playing money. So let's go to let's go to the WWE Championship.
Yeah.
So we started with Big E versus Seth Rollins. Kevin Owens weaseled his way into it in typical Kevin Owens style. And then Bobby Lashley was just added this week. Yeah, so we got a fatal four-way.
Don't you just love a fatal four-way?
Not really.
Not. Says no one ever except Vince McMahon.
So here we go. We got the lines for this one. We got Big E, the champion, currently at a -165.
All right.
We got Seth Rollins at a +200. Bobby Lashley at a +350. And Kevin Owens at +700.
Let me take the lead on this one.
All right.
This is the one I was waiting for.
Oh, it was?
So,
okay.
KO's done. Y'all know that, right?
Yes.
Vince never liked him. The writing's on the wall. He's dropping
contracts up.
Yeah.
Contracts up in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
We take him out the picture. Okay.
Yep.
Lashley, been there, done that. He still can't work the mic, even with MVP back. MVP whiffed on the knee hit the other day. That was so bad. It was just horrible. I like Rollins, but he's not in that place right now. They're not putting a belt on him with all those suits because they're not going to cover it up. I'm putting it all. I got 700 left on Big E to retain.
Wow.
Damn.
Big E is pinning KO because KO's going to take a pin on this.
Yes, he has to. Absolutely. Yes. That's a typical Vince move.
The end of the night, we'll see the gyration of the WWE World Champion. Big E, I'm putting it all on there. Big E, bring it home for me. I need some fake money.
Wow. I could definitely see Kevin Owens getting, completely hosed in this match.
He's catching everybody's finisher.
Oh yeah.
Yo, yeah.
Kind of like Mox did too on his way out.
Yeah.
He was. Yeah. All right.
Except in the case of Mox, it was like, especially the video, the documentary they did, and then going back and watching it after he debuted with AEW, and it's like, oh, so that was the depression that you were in at that time.
Whoa! Like some of the commenters are saying Kevin Owens re-signed.
What? No.
Yeah. why Kevin Owens made the right decision, re-signing with WWE.
What?
Well, if he did that, he still ain't winning this one because Vince still don't like his ass.
Wow.
Wait, where's that article from?
That's from Bleacher Report.
What?
That had to just drop.
Yesterday.
Yeah, okay.
Reportedly signed a 3-year deal with a no-cut clause worth $2 to $3 million per year, according to Dave Meltzer.
He wanted
According
the
to
cash.
Dave Meltzer from Wrestling Observer Radio, which he's
holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, you got to trust Meltzer. Well,
holy shit. Well, thank you guys. Yeah, that was news for me.
my bet doesn't change. KO's still taking the pin here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does change things significantly. I'm still gonna go with Dave on that. I'm gonna go 250 on Big E.
All right, 250
I
for
really
you.
got some read. As soon as we wrap up, I got some reading to do.
No shit.
Man. I guess in doing my homework, I didn't do today's events.
Yeah, I'm curious, like what time that broke then.
I'm trying to see.
Somebody's saying it's like 12:15.
What? Okay, in my defense, I was at Great Mall all day. And yeah.
Oh, yesterday. Wrestling Media reported it yesterday. Okay.
Hell, What Culture's got it 3 days ago. Man, we're really on the late show.
Kevin. Well, didn't Sami Zayn just re-sign as well?
Yeah. So, take one more big cash deal.
Why not?
Maybe he wasn't in a hurry to go over there and fight Taz.
Yeah, to get back to the top. I don't know. Who knows? All right. Well, for that reason, then I'm going to put a chunk of change on Kevin Owens at the long odds.
There you go. He's hedging the bet.
I'm hedging the bet, man. So I'm at 350. I'll put 250 on KO.
Nice
payoff.
He's 700. He's a plus 700.
That's a huge.
I don't actually think he's going to win, but I could see it. Nice little present for re-upping with the company.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Big E is probably going to take it. I just don't think it's big enough. There's not a lot of great storylines in this one either.
I know.
There's nothing interesting enough to take it off of him at this point.
It's something to be said. It's January, so April's not far from there. They got 2 nights at Mania to fill up, and we all know it's not going to be Rock and Roman this year. So, what are we going to get? Rollins Roman again? No,
right.
There's not a lot of meat on the bone.
True.
Nope. So, well, I want to thank Andrew and Kevin for filling us in there and for giving me another website to look at. Let's see, what is that?
Man, I'm actually
Wrestle Planet. So I'll check that out a little bit more. Right. But the last match, I think the big one, for the Universal Championship. Lots of storylines going on here.
Yeah.
But we got the champion Roman Reigns at a heavier than expected favorite, minus 250. Against Brock Lesnar for at a plus 170.
Woo!
Let's see. Ben, you have a total of $300, $500, $400 left.
I'm gonna blow the rest of that wad since one, I don't really have much of a choice in this matter.
Right.
And I'm putting it on Bork Laser.
Okay.
The lumberjack, the mad lumberjack.
Yeah, I know it's a lesser pay-per-view. It's a weird time for a title change of this caliber, but it's like in writing with the Usos losing to the New Day, I feel like there has to be a falling out completely here. And especially with Heyman potentially, actually going back with Lesnar. There's a build within that. Roman Reigns punched the man in the face. And so it's like, there's got to be a deep revenge motive going on here.
Right.
And as much as I would hate to see Lesnar win, I just feel like if there's going to be a time of stupidity, it's going to be for day one.
Right. I absolutely agree. I hate part-time champions.
Yeah.
But Dave, who you got? You
I
got no
honestly
money
think-
left.
I got no money left, but here's my take on this.
Yeah.
It depends. If this is the first match on the show, Lesnar loses.
Ooh.
If
Yeah.
this goes on last, Lesnar wins.
Yep.
Okay. And don't be surprised for the double Heyman switch. Heyman's swarmy enough to have taken a punch from Roman to gain Lesnar's trust, only to screw him over again.
Good call.
Okay.
Because I mean, Brock only does a handful of shows a year. It's knowledge. He's probably not going to be back until Mania or until the Rumble, setting up Mania or something.
Yep.
So I don't see them putting the title on him and then having him off TV. I do think the cracks in the Usos' loss will play part into this. I don't think it'll be a clean victory. Something's going to happen. Roman will retain. And there's no money in that. So that's why we're all on the Big E train.
You're right, where they probably don't want to put a belt on a part-time guy, but they've done it before with him. Pretty much
these are different times though, man.
All of 20. Well,
Peacock's
before
running the show.
Pre-pandemic though, like 2019, he was champion most of the year and was hardly ever on any Raw.
Yeah.
So they've done it before. So I'm not going to use that as an excuse. Heyman being slimy and double crossing Lesnar, I can definitely see that. And I got what? I got $400 left. I'm gonna save 200, so I'm gonna at least have that. I won't put $200. I know that's a slot.
He's leaving the casino with money in his
pocket. I'll put $400 on Roman to retain.
Like it.
I don't
drop it on the Keno table on the way out, man.
Yeah. I always put it on black on the roulette table when I leave. But
there you go.
That's very good. That's a good passenger 57 mentality right there.
Yep. I'll go with Roman. I think you guys are convinced the Usos are going to lose, so I think the Bloodline will get a minor bandage win to hold them over for that cut. Heyman's a wild card here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, we still have 2 weeks before this is even a show, so a lot could change on SmackDown and stuff leading up to that. So I apologize for that, but we're not going to have a show over the next 2 weeks.
I'm going to win here seems too easy for me.
He just came back.
Yeah,
he hasn't even wrestled at all, right?
Roman's keeping this title, and there's only one man who's going to take it off. And we all know who that is. If you smell what The Rock is cooking, that's the only way it works. That's the only way that Vince is doing all the Bloodline, because eventually the Brahma Bull is going to come back and be like, "You're not the head of the table. Scoot your ass here to the side. I'm the great one."
That's it. That's actually better than what I would like. My side story or side quest that was going to come from this that aided my decision was, Lesnar wins and Reigns becomes so pissed that he purposely enters himself as number one for the Royal Rumble and just absolutely beats the piss out of everybody to get back at that top spot to go into WrestleMania. So,
yeah, I mean, like I said, Roman's not happening this year. They got to do something. So I could see that,
Yeah.
All right.
And Roman's good enough. He doesn't need the belt to still be on TV with Brock out,
True.
Absolutely.
So I do believe it all rides on the chubby shoulders of Mr. ECW, Paul Heyman.
Right.
Well, whoever side he's on, that's the side I'm on. So,
yeah.
So you're a Paul Heyman guy, huh?
I am a Paul Heyman guy.
Well,
he's
got creative control in the company too, right?
Only on his stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha.
as
Which
far as I know.
is not a bad scenario. I mean, Heyman generally does well to wrestling fans.
Yep.
But I think it's setting it up. I mean, Mania's in Dallas this year, and normally that'd be an all go for me. I don't like the 2-night setup.
No.
No.
And then, to be perfectly honest, I went to Mania 30. I've been to 5 Manias. Little name drop there. But the one in Dallas, 32, there's nothing by that stadium. There's nothing. It's not in the Dallas Metroplex. It's way the fuck over here, So to have to fight that 2 days, I'm not doing it. So
to aid your Rock storyline theory, correct me if I'm wrong, but the last time Rock has appeared at a pay-per-view was that WrestleMania in Arlington.
Yes. Yeah, it was him, Stone Cold.
Yep.
Michaels and Foley came down, and they actually gave it was the New Day involved too, and they took stunners. So, but I that's what we're waiting on. Like I said, I'm OWE guy, so I mean, The Rock's the only thing that can save the mighty WWE right now, I think. And the problem is that that's only going to be a bubblegum band-aid because he's not sticking around. So,
no. He was recently interviewed and said he would wrestle again if the money was right. Which at the WWE, the money is always right for The Rock. So
absolutely,
don't make it as bad as it is. They're making more money than ever.
I know.
That's why the sell is coming. That's what's coming. They're trimming the fat. They're getting what they want off the network, and then it's going to become.
That library has got to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Oh yeah, dude! I went back and started watching old 605 WCW in order, and it's so good, man.
Yeah.
The small arena with the flags and like the 3 rows of people, it's still better than the whole what was it, the Thunderdome thing,
Yeah.
I was on the Thunderdome once. I thought that was pretty cool. I got a screenshot.
Nice.
I gotta shout out my friend Sean Tippins in regard to Thunderdome. He's a content creator for WWE, and
Nice.
I'll leave it at that.
Hey,
very cool.
Thunderdome was not his idea though, but he knows what he's doing.
All right. Well, thank you guys. I will get these entered into the database. I'll give Vegas a call. See if they can.
Winner gets a Bitcoin, right? You're going to give us a Bitcoin, whoever wins, right?
Buttcoin, right? That's what we agree on. Yeah. It's not quite worth as much as a Bitcoin.
I'll even take some stock in AMC or GameStop. That also.
Hey,
okay. I do have some Blockbuster stock laying around.
Yeah.
I'll get these entered into Monopoly Vegas, and we'll on our next show should be the 8th of January in the new year. We'll go over the results, and we'll talk about AEW's upcoming pay-per-view events because I think they have one the 15th, right? Am I not mistaken?
Is it is it January?
Yeah,
I mean, because I know what Evolution is March.
I thought they were having one. They have like so many special shows. Upcoming events 2022. Nope, I must be mistaken. But we'll figure something out. If not,
we got Wrestle Kingdom coming up. So
we'll talk about Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah,
on January 8th because it should have already happened.
Plus, there's a lot of weekly bad wrestling to watch in between now and then.
We will talk about the worst thing in wrestling that week and the best thing in wrestling that week. So, again, thank you. I want to thank all our viewers for sticking with us for an hour and a half of wrestling talk. Star, thank you for your donation again. Andrew and Kevin for pointing out that new awesome website for us. And I wish everybody a very Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah. happy Kwanzaa,
Happy
or
Festivus.
a happy solstice, if that's your so choosing, and also a very, very, very happy new year. And we will see all of you in the new year. Again, Ben, Dave, thank you for joining us.
Too sweet.
It's awesome. Been a pleasure. Hopefully next time our friend God, totally forgot his name. Kyle. Thank you, Jesus.
Come on, Kyle.
Yes, somebody killed Kyle. Hopefully his internet will stay up next time. But again, thank you, everybody.